All right, wonderful people, welcome back to this wonderful channel where we bring you back to back update and information as it is hot. In case you have not joined our social media handle, what are you waiting for? Kindly go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, share, and also remember to on your notification button so that whenever our news drop, you will be the first. We'll collect them. Let's go down to the news proper as it is hot. You don't share. The matter will be say it day for my table now. I go to bring them to you one by one. First of all, I'm going to drop a video for you right now where the Nigerian Army chief was talking about Mazi Simon Ekpa. And what brought about this issue is the issue of terrorism. I'll drop the video for you very soon. Just have patience. Immediately after this broadcast, I'll drop the video for you so that you can see what is actually happening there. You can hear your from the horse's mouth direct where the chief army officer was talking about Mazi Simon Ekpa. According to him, he is relating Mazi Simon Ekpa to the issue of insecurity that is going on in the southeastern part of Nigeria. According to the army chief, he said that Mazi Simon Ekpa's word carries death, that he speaks and people dies. That the Finland government and the European Union are allowing him to do what he's doing in Finland. According to him, he said that if Ekpa were to be in Nigeria and be inciting war in Europe, that by now he could have been apprehended, and he is wondering why the European government is shielding Mazi Simon Ekpa Homadike, one of Ndibo. But before I bring you that video, I would also like to take you to what the Ohanes Ndibo is saying. According to Ohanes Ndibo, they have denounced the news that they are threatening to buy Mazi Simon Ekpa or send him to judgment. According to them, Ohanes Ndibo raises alarm over threat to life of spokesman Ohanes Ndibo. They are saying that a threat has come to Obonia from Mazi Simon Ekpa's camp, as Mazi Simon Ekpa's camp men claim that Ohanes Ndibo are making plans to apprehend Mazi Simon Ekpa or send him to early judgment. Let's go down to the full details of the information, and immediately after this news, I will bring you that video, and that video is courtesy of social media network Channels Television. That video was gotten from there. It costs it to them. Let's go down to this particular information before I'll bring you that particular video. Ohaneze spokesman disassociates himself and the entire leadership of Ohaneze Ndibo worldwide from any plot to kill Simon Ekpa. Chief Alex Obonia, the spokesperson of the Apex Igbo Social Cultural Organization Ohaneze Ndibo worldwide, has raised the alarm over threats of his life alleged from the camp of Simon Ekpa, a Biafra activist. Obonia, in a statement issued on Tuesday night, lamented that he had been inundated with phone calls by an unknown person alleging that he wanted to kill Ekpa and that they would first kill him before Ekpa. Ekpa, a Finland-based pro-Biafra agitator, had been vocal about the rendition of Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. He has consistently ordered a sit-at-home protest against the continued incarceration of Kanu in the custody of the Department of State Service (DSS) in disobedience to several court orders and judgments that ordered his release. The Ohaneze spokesperson disassociated himself and the entire leadership of Ohaneze Ndibo worldwide from any plot to kill Simon Ekpa. The statement partly read, "Since 4 days ago, my phone has been inundated with phone calls by unknown persons alleging that I want to kill Mr. Simon Ekpa and that they will kill me first before I kill their leader, Mr. Ekpa. Of course, that I can or will kill Ekpa is the most ridiculous, malicious, mischievous, and satanic of all the statements in this world. It is common knowledge that I don't have the capacity to kill. I am neither trained as a soldier nor as a police officer or in any paramilitary organization with a duty to respond to threats to life and property. At my age, I cannot even kill a fly. Talk more of global Leviathan in the person of Mr. Simon Ekpa. It added, "In my duty as the spokesman of Ohanaeze Ndigbo worldwide, I cannot shrink in my duty to stand by the core Igbo interest and Ohanaeze position on any national issues. Undoubtedly, I express the view that the Igbo have become uncomfortable with the sit-at-home syndrome in the southeast of Nigeria and that the persistent sit-at-home has caused the Igbo more harm than good. I also absorbed the leadership of Ohanaeze Ndigbo on the lingering seat at home in the southeast, indicating that Ohanaeze is a persuasive and not a cohesive organization, thus does not have the capacity to stop the seat at home. I added that if the federal government feels that the security of Nigeria is being threatened by anybody or group, it is the duty of the government and not Ohanaeze to take the necessary action. I emphasize that Ohanaeze Ndigbo has appealed to our son, Mr. Ekpa, to come home for a dialogue and that we will continue to appeal for peace in the southeast. This is the Ohanaeze position and indeed that of Igbo leaders. Let it be known that in spite of the threat to my life and indeed every other patriotic Igbo leader, the Ohanaeze Ndigbo worldwide led by Chief Emmanuel Chukwuemeka Iwanyanwu will continue to remind the Igbo youth that it is a contradiction to face the barrier of the gun inwards. The primary duty of a freedom fighter is to defend and protect his people and not the contrary. It is inconceivable how the destruction of Igbo economy through the intermittent sit-at-home syndrome will resonate with the central philosophy and aspiration of Igbo in the present Nigeria. Finally, I wish to assure our son, Mr. Simon Ekpa, that Ohanaeze Ndigbo is interested in his well-being and cannot contemplate nor be a party to neutralizing or killing him. The mischief makers are once again at work. There is no record where an officer of Ohanaeze Ndigbo has ever killed or taken part in a conspiracy to kill an Igbo or any person for that matter. Part of our duty as leaders is to appeal to our sons of all persuasion that we can work together in the interest of Ndigbo. This one is coming from Chief Obonia, who has come out openly to vindicate himself that he is not part of the plan to kill Mazi Simon Ekpa, that he himself cannot even kill a fly, talk more of targeting Mazi Simon Ekpa, who he mentioned as a global Leviathan who no one can take down. He's saying that he himself, Obonianya, is too small to parley with such kind of thing. Meanwhile, let me drop you that video so that you'll be able to judge by yourself what is going on, what is coming from the mouth of Chief of Army Staff, NIG, who has accused Mazi Simon Ekpa of various terrorism matters, and according to him, he is of the opinion that the European Union and the Finland government should join them in order to hunt Ekpa down. But the issue is Ekpa really causing insecurity in the southeast? Is Ekpa really doing some of the things that he has been accused of doing? Or is he just a freedom fighter who is fighting for the freedom of his people and standing so that his people will be able to have their freedom? By the time you watch that video, you'll be able to judge by yourself and also see from the horse's mouth. Maka ndị be anyị si na n'ife agba n'aka na ejile enyo enenye. Maka na ife okenye nọ kwụ ọtọ fụ ma ife okenye nọ na nefu. A sị na nwata ligologode n'ube na ọ ga-afịakwanya bụ nwata arụ ife. Oya, watch that video and tell me what you observe.
In our land, think that the only problem we have identified are those carrying guns. Those who are not carrying guns, who give them guns and support them with whatever they have and their position, are even more dangerous. They are more dangerous. Without them, nobody will come to Biafraland and kill. Without Hope Uzodinma, Imo State will not be a war zone. He is not the only governor in the southeast under Nigeria, which we have actually given a vote of no confidence. But he has taken it upon himself to be one of the most dangerous enabler in Biafra land. And of course, like I said, we may begin to channel our self-defense to the grassroots. The grassroots means that those who facilitate the attack on Biafra people, those who stay in their offices and plan how to execute, kidnap, and kill Biafra people, the self-defense will be taken to them. For this state, anybody seen writing and endorsing additional state instead of looking for a permanent solution over Biafra issue will be dealt with by Biafra people. I want to make it very clear this evening that Biafra is very, very angry. Biafra people are angry. The spirit of Biafra, very, very angry. And it will be very, very ruthless. It's just a matter of time. I want to inform you this evening why the hope of people, gullible Nigerians, have lost. They are losing their hope. Biafra people remain hopeful. One of the famous quotes of Mandela, remember that by conducting a self-referendum, which is, by the way, still ongoing, the second phase. By the virtue of the response and compliance so far by the Biafra people, Biafra Republic government in exile remain the only legitimate representative of the Biafra people who have stood very tall in all the adversity, making sure that the life and properties of our people are protected within the Nigeria enslavement. These criminals who parade themselves in Abuja as senator and House of Representative members care nothing about the welfare, security, life and properties of the people of Biafra. All they do is how to create state, distort map, change demography, and somebody will be somewhere planning how he is going to become a governor in a new state. The face of the liberation of Biafra, this particular phase may not require too much talk. We want to know who is going to append his signature or who we claim to be responsible for moving a motion of additional state in the southeast of Biafra in order to distract the liberation of Biafra this year. It is going to be you versus the entire Biafra people. And you know what that means. We will give you a personal no grantor in Biafraland. If any senator or any House of Representative member, if your name is part of those who we are going to see as those pushing for a additional state instead of addressing the fundamental problem and the fundamental issue facing Biafra people today, if your name is found in any document proposing additional state to further distort and divide and rule our people, believe me, you will never enter Biafra land. You will remain in Abuja until you die. The freedom of our people have seen death of many men, noble men and women. And you can't be a stumbling block. Biafrans and the wrath of Biafra will fall on you. There are different types of terrorists, those who aid them, those who encourage them, and those who carry out the act of terrorism. Nigeria government is a terrorist state, and anybody supporting a terrorist state is also a terrorist. We have not remembered those who facilitate the attack on our people. We only focus on those who are the field commanders and attackers of our people. But very soon, very, very, very soon, with this latest development, very soon, this particular self-defense will be taken to a different level. Because those who facilitate and enable us in our land think that the only problem we have identified are those carrying guns. Those who are not carrying guns, who give them guns and support them with whatever they have and their position, are even more dangerous. They are more dangerous. Without them, nobody will come to Biafraland and kill. Without Hope Uzodinma, Imo State will not be a war zone. He is not the only governor in the southeast under Nigeria, which we have actually given a vote of no confidence. But he has taken it upon himself to be one of the most dangerous enabler in Biafraland. And of course, like I said, we may begin to channel our self-defense to the grassroots. The grassroots means that those who facilitate the attack on Biafra people, those who stay in their offices and plan how to execute, kidnap, and kill Biafra people, the self-defense will be taken to them. For this state, anybody seen writing and endorsing additional state instead of looking for a permanent solution over Biafra issue will be dealt with by Biafra people. I want to make it very clear this evening that Biafra is very, very angry. Biafra people are angry. The spirit of Biafra, very, very angry. And it will be very, very ruthless. It's just a matter of time. I want to inform you this evening why the hope of people, gullible Nigerians, have lost. They are losing their hope. Biafra people remain hopeful. One of the famous quotes of Mandela, remember that hope is a powerful weapon, even when all else is lost. Hope is a powerful weapon. I call on Biafra people this evening to remain very, very hopeful on the liberation and the declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra come 2024, 2nd December. You must remain very, very hopeful. What they did was to impoverish all Biafrans, make you poor. You eat by hand to mouth on daily basis. And when you try to rise up against them, they remind you how poor you are and how you cannot eat. How you can't afford 3 square meals a day. The people reminding you about how poor you have become are the ones who on purpose make you to be poor so that you can never rise up against them. One of the things that Biafra Republic Government in Exile did was to use 3 years of the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to train and prepare you for the days ahead. Today, the dividend of the actions of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile can be seen. How strong we have stood in all the troubles, in all the threats. Biafrans have remained very strong, resisting the British enslavement called Nigeria, and it baffles them. One of the caliphate politicians was quoted to say, Nigeria are too weak. They are too poor. They can never stand and resist or revolt against the government. They thought they actually have succeeded. Today, it is not so. We have proven to them that Biafra people, you have used 3 years to train, especially during the sit at home, when everybody was shouting heaven and earth. Biafra remained very, very persistent and stood their ground, irrespective of the hardship. No part of Nigeria can sit at home today and survive it. No part of Nigeria can sit at home and survive, because they made this system in a way that if you don't go out one day to look for what you and your family will eat, hunger will strike you. Is that how a system should be? Is that the kind of system you are supporting? A system where somebody will not go for one day to business and the person will lose everything and the person will die. If you do not go out, you won't have a food for yourself and your family. Is that how a system should be? Is that the kind of system you are supporting? Because they design it that every living human being in Nigeria must live from hand to mouth, except them in Abuja, except them in government houses. And when you try to rise up to talk, they will call for your head. We stop them ahead of time. Today, you can see the reason why we insisted on making sure that we train our people. We gathered enough firewood during the dry season. For the rainy season will come, when others will be running helter-skelter looking for firewood, we have enough in our stock. It is as a result of the momentum of the Biafra liberation today that necessitated this stupid and idiotic move of Southeast additional state. Without the momentum, would they talk of new state? How will new state solve the problem of the fact that we are under siege by the Islamic terrorist state called Nigeria, by the terrorist army? How will additional state solve the problem that Boko Haram are killing people all over Nigeria? How does a new state solve the problem that you do not have money to go to hospital? How does the new state solve the problem that you do not have good road? How does additional state in the Southeast solve the problem that you remain a second-class citizen in your own country, in your own court country? How does that particular new state make you to become a president of Nigeria? How does that make you to have good school, good road, social amenity, social services, national insurance scheme powered by the government? How does this new state solve any problem, provide jobs, make you or make the unemployment rate to drop? How does this new state solve the insecurity, the Fulani remanding and marauding around Biafraland, killing our people, trying to grab our land, and of course, ravaging the entire Biafra and other part of Nigeria? How does that solve your problem? I have been listening to people commenting on the new national anthem. The reason I have not made a comment on that is because it is none of our business. But you see, this new state is our business. We can never allow it. And let me tell you, like I said, the Biafra Defense Forces are ready to take this particular liberation to the next level. The level we are now is self-defense against those arm-carrying criminals and terrorists in our land. The next phase of the self-defense is to go after those empowering and sponsoring them. Politicians, stay away from anything in the Southeast and South-South. Every senator must stay away. You don't represent Biafra, you don't represent Southeast, you don't represent South-South. The legitimacy has been taken away from you. Not the governors, not the senators, not the House of Representative members. You have lost legitimacy over anything Biafra, over anything South-South. Let me just put it South-South, Southeast, so you don't say there is no Biafra yet. You have lost legitimacy. You have no right to discuss on behalf of the people of the South-South and Southeast. And like I said, the Biafra people will take this war to your doorstep. Try it and see. After this particular warning this evening, let us see who is going to write his name under any paper saying you are distorting the map of Biafra in the name of representing them. And you will see how God will handle you. I want to make it again, and I want you people to call this particular segment today. I said, on behalf of the Biafra people, anybody seen trying to encourage the enslavement of Biafra people.
Dalolin umife kunisi wene sola ni dwa na Eastern News 24 no bosinketa na boya morning tea una nugunu ya bife mbakode oka ya bife Maazị Simon Ekpa bụ Biafran Prime Minister or Biafran Public Government in exile. Dịka o si dị n'afọ o si ada n'iru akwụkwọ gịnị ka i were ikwu gbasara maka ya bụ ife ndị a niile kwugasị n'iru akwụkwọ dị iche iche dropụla ya on the comment section below. Ọzọ dịkwa ka ibe ya bụ na nke a bụ bọsis gị na-esoyere anyị n'iru akwụkwọ onye na-afụ ya bụ ihe onyonyo anyị kaba alụ ka ị like ya and turn on notification share kwa ka wetakwa ndị ọzọ ụmụnne anyị dị n'ebe dị iche iche aka. Daalụ nne na Igbo ma na-ege ntị. Oge na-adịrị anya onye ndu ya pụta na n'ụlọ mkpọrọ ka emesịanụ ụmụnne m.